folks, welcome back into the halfway house here with the Golfing Dads. How's
What's up?
everybody doing?
Another week.
Hey,
A lot going on.
I'm prepped for
It's good to be
night.
For me, I know YouTube out there, you've missed me. It's good to be back.
They missed us all last week.
Yeah.
They missed us all last week. No halfway house last week, so definitely nice to be back.
We took the holiday off.
We did.
So
I mean, I was down there. I was down there near Steve, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to even make it over to say hi. You know, busy with family obligations while I was down in Florida.
We didn't even have a drink.
No.
Hey,
you were 30 minutes.
There's a lot of people in Orlando that were upset they didn't have a drink with me, but hey, that's what you got to do when you're in town with family.
Hey, it's the holidays. You got to spend time with the family. We all spent time with our family, so hope everybody out there had a great time with their families. I had a great time with mine. I know you all had a great time with yours. So, with that, we're going to talk about being in Orlando. We've been on the tavern. We have talked about the PGA Show. You've heard us talk nonstop about it, but we've been bringing people onto the tavern to talk about their experience as being an exhibitor, whether they're new this year, whether they've been there for 20, 30 years, what their experience is like. But tonight on the halfway house, we get to talk about what we want to experience there, what our favorite things to do are, and what we look forward to doing each and every year at the PGA Show. So with that, I'm going to go to you, Dave, first.
Ooh, Dave first. Okay.
And I'm going to talk last year. What was one of your favorite things that our first year as the tavern, broadcasting from there, what was one of your favorite things that either you saw or that we did last year at the show?
And I think for us being, Steve's been running this as the Golfing Dads. It started as a blog. We go down that road quite a bit. I think for the three of us coming together and meeting a lot of these people firsthand and in person and getting a face-to-face, we're not on a Zoom call. We're not doing this over text messages or, on, our normal show on the tavern, where we're bringing people on. This was, physical handshakes, face-to-face conversations with a lot of our guests that we've had on the show, over, at that point, that previous year over there. And we've welcomed them, a lot of them back throughout this last year. And I think for me last year, being fairly new to the golfing industry on this side that we're doing now, for me, that was the most important part of the show was, that face-to-face handshake, personal connection with these partners that we've welcomed onto, our tavern podcast.
So seeing those people is a great thing. Getting to meet those people live, because we do this show, as you see, in 3 different locations, and we have usually a 4th person as a guest on the show. So it's nice to kind of see that. So Steve, on the new note, we're going back this year. So look forward to seeing us there this year. What are you looking forward to at the show this year, Steve?
I think for us, this podcast kind of came to fruition. And what I don't think a lot of people know the backstory for us and how we got to this podcast. And Greg, you and I had talked, let's do a podcast for the longest time. And I hemmed and hawed on it. And I was like, I don't know. And in 2022, I went to the PGA Show as media. I had taken the website down and the Golfing Dads website down. I didn't even have my email. Like, my email was done. Like, I had taken the whole thing down. And I went going and thinking, okay, maybe this is the right time to do this. And so I look and I say, okay, I go, I meet with a lot of people that we know, friends of the show, friends of ours that we've made over the last now year. year and a half, 2 years now that we've been doing this. And I asked the questions because my fear in starting this podcast was, were we going to run into a problem where we're sitting here, we don't have guests, we have to listen to Dave every week. There's
worse things in life.
Our fans love Dave.
But, I think the idea that I wanted to make sure that if we were going to do this, we weren't going to have a problem getting content. We weren't going to have a problem getting guests. And I felt like if we took care of content, we took care of guests, views would take care of themselves. And in the beginning, we had small views. I mean, we launched our show. We did a dry run a week after the PGA show, and we launched a week later. And that's a lot of people don't know that story about us. So when I look at going to the show, I look at the show from my perspective of, you know what, last year it kind of kickstarted us. I feel like we had some really cool brands. I mean, we had brand after brand coming on our show while we were at the show, including our friends at Eastside Golf. We had Bridgestone on. Nate stopped by from Bear the Palm.
Mike from Oars and Alps.
And I look at what we did last year, and I think, man, that kind of kickstarted our year for us. So when I look at going to the show this year, I look and say, this is kind of the place that kicked it all off for us. It started the conversation and led us to where we are today. And it started in last year, and having been around for literally a week shy of a year last year and going to the show. And I kind of feel like, I don't want to say it put us on the map, but I also feel like when I look at what we've done and what we're doing and where we're growing and how we're growing, I feel like the show did a lot for us last year, and I want to see what it does for us this year. I think the thing that I'm looking forward to the most is being there with you guys and seeing where this takes us into 2025.
And I think that's a big thing for us. It was so much fun, to Dave's point, of connecting with people, and now connecting with them again next year. So if you watch our show, The Tavern, from this week that was live on Tuesday, Craig talked about that from Towel Tag, about the connections and friendships that you make. And that's my favorite thing about going to the show each year, is you get to meet, shameless plug right there, Dave, perfect. You get to meet these people and you become friends. And I said it on our show last week, or on Tuesday, that it's like when you go to a college reunion to see someone you haven't seen in years, and you see a friend that you haven't seen in years, and you just hit it off right where you left off. And that's the fun thing about this. And this community is out there to help everyone. Like, everyone is out there like, oh, hey, go talk to this guy. Hey, talk to them about this. Or, hey, that's not our cup of tea, but you know what? Go talk to the Orlando golfer. Or the Orlando golfer says, go talk to the Golfing Dads Tavern. Or go see the guys at Dormy, because they got some great new stuff coming out. Or we just walked over to Eastside and got talking to them, and they were like, oh, we 100% want to be on your show. And we were a nobody at that time.
Yeah.
And
Entourage later.
Don't say we were a nobody.
Yeah. They came on and had a blast with us on the show. And you're right, Steve. It kickstarted us last year, and that's the fun thing about this. That's what we look forward to. That's why we're doing this series on our Tavern channel, is that we want to show you what it's like. It takes a lot to do this, but it's one of those things where it doesn't feel like work. It is a lot of work.
And
don't get me wrong.
Here's the thing. Last year, Greg, not to cut you off here, we're broadcasting live from the show floor last year, and people are just walking by, and we're like, Bradley from Bradley Putters, jumped on. Popticles jumped on the
Red Flag Golfer,
and Red Flag Golfer jumped on the show. And go back, check out Steve from earlier this week on his piece on Popticles. We love their sunglasses, but people,
funny enough, while playing golf with Red Flag Golfer.
Yes. People were just walking by our show, and like, hey, we know that. And we were just like, yeah, come on, jump on in. And that's one of the best parts of the show, is you get to meet all these people, and we're doing a bit, we're doing our thing. And all of a sudden somebody's walking by. You want to jump on? We're live. Come on in.
Right. Yeah. I think the other thing that I really like to do, in we go and we catch up with, whether it was what we did, and he's coming up. He'll be on our show in about a month, and that's Bill from Club Pro. And you look at Bill, who's been coming to the show for 30 something years. And I think the cool thing about the PGA Show for me is when I look at it and I say, it's the one time a year everybody in the golf business gets to Orlando, and we all get to see each other again, and we all have some great laughs. How the family, how the kids, how's this, how's that. And whether it's Scott from Desert Fox and we get to see him and smack him in the back of the head, or, pretend to steal his merchandise. We've done that before.
I mean, if you go to the Orlando airport that week, it is the funniest thing, because all it is guys, is golfers waiting by the golf bag drop. Like, not by the regular, they're all waiting for their golf clubs.
And, and here's the thing for,
so
especially, for us here at the Golfing Dads, we're in 3 different states. Greg and I catch up individually. Steve and I catch up individually. Greg and Steve catch up individually. It's the one time a year that the 3 of us know we're going to be in the same place at the same time, together. And, we're talking, Greg and you and I are going on, 20 plus years of friendship. Steve, we're almost there at 20.
I thought you were going to say almost there at 1. We're almost friends.
I'm trying to think. 08, Dave? I mean, we're at, 08.
08. So, for us, that's, as the business that we're a business, we're a podcast, we're a business, but for us to get FaceTime, for the 3 of us together, is huge. We talk to each other, every day, but
our text group is literally daily. Usually,
crazy.
But there's nothing. We've all been in the service industry. We've all, made our bones and grown up in it. There is nothing like being face to face with either one another or clients that can make or break a deal, or be like, hey, you guys minus Dave are really cool.
I will say the one thing that I think we can really help people with here, and that's the purpose of this podcast, is to get people together and talk about stuff that's in the golf industry. So if you are out there and you have a product that you want to promote, we're that platform for you. We love having people come on, talk about your thing. We're not here to critique or rate. Like, we're going to talk. If we love your product, we're going to talk your product up. And people are going to get sick of it. I mean, we do that all the time. There's Desert Fox Swing Aid.
Dave, I feel like every week
golf ball. Like, we'll make so many plugs. But if you're looking for a place,
American Fit,
you want to exactly American Fit, our favorite clothing brand. If you want a place to promote your product, reach out to us. Reach out to the Golfing Dads. Greg at the Golfing Dads, Steve at the golfingdads.com, and Dave at the golfingdads.com, or hit us up on our Facebook or Instagram, or even our YouTube channel, because we want to help you. We want to be out there and promote you, have you come on here. If you're at the show and you want to come by and talk to us when we're live, come by. Dave said it. We love when people just swing by and are like, hey, with Golfing Dads, and bring you on. But that's what we're here to do, and that's what I look forward to at the show, is doing that and helping promote people's amazing golf products.
And,
Dave,
and here's the thing.
I think Dave, really quick, I want to follow up on something you said, and it's, we had talked.
Oh, I said something interesting.
You did.
You always did.
And when we did our 100th show, we talked about some of our favorites that we've done, and you talked about some of your favorite moment was us being together and doing the show together, whether it was at the show last year, or when we were in Hilton Head. Masters Week in Hilton Head. And I really think that there's a lot to be said for when we're together and doing the show and hanging out and can high five and do those things while we're on the show, just kind of looking at each other. And we've all known each other for nearly 20 years at this point. and had some really funny moments where we just kind of give each other a look and we know, hey, man, yeah, all right, let's go. But
damn it, Dave.
Damn it, Dave. But, I think that when I look at the show, and yes, do I love, I look back and last year we had Bear at the Palm on our show. Before the show, they were a new exhibitor last year. And the friendship we created with them in going into the show, Nate and Lindsay, and then you go to the show and you get to meet for the first time, and it's just kind of a relaxing, oh my god, it's so nice to meet. Like
then Nate and Lindsay, we went and introduced them to other friends of ours that created to make contacts, all through.
And I don't think I think that's the thing that people don't get is we have the show isn't about, in our show, in our podcast, as much as you want to talk about, we want to be the best podcast in the world, we want to do this, we want to do that. The golf industry itself is such a small world that we're all here to help each other. And we're not, and you know what? So Nate and Lindsay, whether we introduce them to, and Greg, I'm going to, what's his name?
Jeremy.
And I'm not going to say where Jeremy works. I'm just going to say Jeremy. Introducing them to Jeremy because we know that they could help Jeremy and Jeremy could help them. There are brands out there that we have some pretty good connections with that making the introduction can lead to a lot of things. And I don't want to toot our own, and I don't want to sound obnoxious about that, but that's what this industry is about, is that
I'm laughing because I really want to say this is our show is not about Steve. Our show is not about Steve tooting his own horn. Our show is actually about helping other brands. So as much as Steve talks about himself, we're actually here to help other people.
Right. And that's what we do.
And in honor of the tavern commissioner, Bradley, that's a drink.
Yeah. But that's what it's about, Steve. You're 100% right. It's about, like, we want people to come on here to help, like, our show, but it's about helping them get their brand out there, getting their brand, meeting them with other people, like we've talked about with Craig with Towel Tag on the show last week, is introducing him to other people, introducing people to him so that they can do that. Desert Fox is another one.
I'm just waiting for a brand to come, here with a golf bag I can't break.
That's a challenge that I think someone needs to. So if you have a golf bag brand out there that is indestructible, and I don't know how they get destructed, so I don't know how you're going to say that, because wear and tear is not what's causing this.
It is not wear and tear.
Just Dave.
Just if you can make a Dave-proof golf bag, we want you to come on this show, give Dave a golf bag that he can try out, and we'll help promote the heck out of it if it is Dave-proof. So,
because guess what? Gorilla Glue is going to be my friend in January.
Wow. So
if you borrow a bag that week,
I was about to say maybe we have enough bags.
Gorilla Glue.
We can make it happen.
Probably.
Okay. All right.
So if you have a bag out there that you want me to test in January, I'm your guy.
Yeah. That's the thing. We're not even about like testing products here. We're about helping that. And that's what the show's about. That's what we look forward to at the show. So.
And we've done this, we're coming up on almost 2 years here. And we started, this was just the three of us, this is our normal conversation. This is our normal lives. The three of us sitting down and doing this. And now, we've gone to, I don't want to say, knowledgeable, but we're trying to promote things for what we are, the golfing dads. How can the golfing dads help you out there as another golfing dad? What can we, show you that maybe not help your game, but maybe make you look a little bit better out there on the golf course?
Hey, if you have ideas for this show and stuff you want to see on the tavern, leave a comment and let us know, because we're out there to help not just golfing dads, any golfer that's out there, golfing moms, golfing bros, golfing girls, like everybody that's out there that's golfing, we're here to help you. We just are golfing dads, so we focus on that. But really, our content is across the board for anybody that loves golf. Is we talk about that. We just bring our dad lives into it. So with that, folks, that's what we're looking forward to at the PGA Show 2025.
Before we go, let's go one brand that you can't wait to connect with at the PGA Show.
Brands that we know or just new brands?
Any brand.
Either or.
I tell you what, I'll go first here. And because we're golfing dads, there's golfing moms in our lives. For me, the brand, and I missed this brand last year, and my wife was not happy with me. It's a brand called Teleties. It's the hair tie brand that my wife uses. And, you know, for me, I'm not a golfing dad without my golfing wife. And for me, you know, that's the brand I'm looking to connect with this year that I missed last year.
I would say I'm looking forward to just the last few shows that we've had on. Astral Putters is one that I'm looking forward to seeing there.
Yep.
Customization that they can do to help with putting. I'm really excited to kind of get my hands on that putter, and also Fiber built that mat, the hitting mat. I think that's another thing that I'm very interested to kind of see in person and actually hit off of. So those brands that we've kind of brought on here this year that we'll kind of get to see in person and use a little bit more and talk to them and make those connections that we made. So those are two that I'm really looking forward to this year.
Steve, you can't say Dormy.
No, I'm not.
You can't, and you can't say Taltag.
No,
and you can't say Bridgestone.
I'm going to go with. There's one brand that I want to take Greg to because I know that he can utilize them, and I look forward to this. It's a brand called Club Docs, and Club Docs makes premium golf storage solutions for equipment.
Yes.
And I feel like Greg needs that.
100%.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
100%. I am looking forward
then
to that.
I
love a good storage for my golf clubs.
And then another brand I'm looking forward to, partly because I live in the hottest place on the face of the earth, and also known as Central Florida. I don't know a more humid place than the outside of the baggage claim area at MCO.
Steve, Club Docs?
Where'd that come from?
Oh, Dave has Club Docs.
Wow, that's kind of funny. Ask and you shall receive.
All right, you know what? I'm going to get them on the show before the show. We're going to do that tomorrow.
There will be. Keep an eye on our Instagram. There will be a Dave showing of Club Docs coming up on our Instagram.
This is what we do, folks. This is the fun thing here. So I'd say
I'm looking forward to a brand called Cool Spray for myself because
go.
I live in the hottest place on the face of the earth, and it's a spray that you can put on your clothing for cool refreshing, and you can always use that in Central Florida. I don't know, 10 months of the year, so it works great for that.
Yeah.
Well, with that, we look forward to seeing all these brands at the show this year, and reach out to us if you'd like us to talk to you. You'd like to be on our show, even while we're at the show. So, have a great one, everybody.
Deuces.
Cheers, y'all.
I'm really fortunate, man. I have an opportunity to build something that's
viral on our TikTok that somebody was commenting about playing Whistling Straits for 700